Hello everyone, my student Jorge Esteban Bautista and welcome to this brief analysis of the article entitled Sharing the Jam International Toast, Royalties and Local Fiscal Capacities, writing by Andrés Álvarez, Brigitte Castañeda and Mark Holster of the Universidad de los Andes. This study devolved in the fiscal effects to 2012 reforms of Colombian minimum royal system. It's not just about economics, but about how money for natural resource is distributed and whether that distribution benefits and harms local governments efforts to raise the one funds through tax. Let me explain. Before 2012, Colombian municipalities that produce oil, gas, or coal got most royalty money. That means regions rich in resource had a lot more money to spend while the rest of the country was left behind. In 2012, the national government faced a reform to change state. The goal was to distribute royalties more equally, especially to poorer, non-producing municipalities. The metaphor used was spreading jam across the national toast. Interest of concentrating the resource in the corner spread across the whole country. But that it worked, and more importantly, that were the intended consequence. Using data from over 100 municipalities, the authors study how the local tax collection changed after reform. They found some things interesting and a bit concerning. Municipalities that receive more royalties actually reduce their local tax collection efforts. In other words, they depend on the easy money and stop it trying to collect as much from property of business taxes. On the other hand, municipalities that lost royalties died try to make of the by collecting more tax locally, but they can't fully recover that they had lost. For every pace they lost, they were only able to raise about 75 and 80 cents throughout days. This behavior reflects that economics calls fiscal license, when governments receive external money, they often lose motivation to collect the one renews, which can weaken accountability and long-term financial independence. One key takeaway for this paper in the royalties and local tax access as substitutes nor complements. Interest of asking the royalties to grow the economies, and they displayed this tax base. Municipalities often just replace tax renewed with royalty money. This study contributes to the broader debate on the resource curse. There's the paradox where countries with a lot of natural resources often experience weaker development because they become to real net income. In Colombia's case, the reform did improve equity. For the municipalities got more money, but the internet effects was that many stopped trying to build strong local tax systems. This is especially important when they think about the global energy transition. As the world moves away from fossil fuels, royalty incomes will likely decline if local governments haven't developed strong fiscal systems. They might struggle in the future. So what should Colombia and the other resource-rich countries do? First, reforms should come with incentives for local tax collection. Giving money is not enough. Government should encourage municipalities to keep building their own fiscal capacities. Second, interventions from royalty should be assessed not just for spending, but for strengthening institutions, improving cadastral system for property tax, and fostering local economic growth. And finally, policymakers should monitor asymmetric effects. Not all municipalities reach the same way. Tailoring policy to local realities is key to avoiding dependence and ensuring sustainability. In conclusion, this paper offers a value that the driving looks at what will intentional policy and lead to complex outcomes. It remains as that money alone does solve structural problems, and that governments local need the right tools and incentives to thrive. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in fiscal policy, development economics, or Colombian public finance, I highly recommend reading the full paper.